So in 2024, I took a challenge, and some people might call me crazy for doing what I did. But here's my story on how I ran a marathon, things that I learned, and why I think it's a really good idea to run a marathon. And I mean a full marathon, 42.2 kilometers. So let's start with how it came to be. Last year, I asked my buddy that let's do a 10K because it's a short and easy run. Let's try doing that. But he told me that, you know what, let's go all in and let's run a full marathon. And I was telling him that I don't think it's a good idea because we haven't trained, we don't have any, long distance running training. But we thought we'll just figure it out, might as well. And we had like 4 months to do it. And then I started training for that, and I trained for a couple weeks, and then I had a low back injury, so I was all out. Like after that I couldn't train. And then the day came for the marathon, which was like after 3 months. And me and my buddy, we thought, you know what, we'll just run a 5K or a 10K, and then we'll be out, right? So so we're in this marathon with no training. I've never run more than 8 kilometers in my life, and I'm here running 42.2 kilometers, right? And I knew for sure there's no way I can finish 42 kilometers. I knew I would bitch out after like 5 kilometers or 10 kilometers because that's a lot. That's a lot of miles. So we start this race, the gun goes off, I start running. It's easy. It's nothing too crazy, and like we warmed up a bit, so that wasn't a big issue. We started running, kilometer, 2 kilometers, 5K. I'm at 10K, and it was still okay. I was having a knee pain on my left side, but I felt, you know what, I think I can get through this. And after 11K, that's when my mind came in. That's when my mind started to, stop me. So in the marathon, there's somebody who runs with a little time marker. Basically, what that means is, suppose there's a guy who's running with a time marker that says 4 hours. What that means is, if you run at that guy's pace, you'll finish it off in 4 hours. And I met this guy, and his name is Trevor. Shout out to Trevor. And he had a time marker for 2 hours, and he was taking part in the half marathon, so he was gonna finish off in 2 hours. So I was just running with him and talked to him about, hey, give me some tips. And he was a trail runner. He's done 50-kilometer trail running, so he's the best guy to ask advice in. And it's kind of weird because, well, he asked me that how much have you trained. I'm like, I haven't trained at all. And he said that that's okay, do what you can do. And I asked him that, can I get permanent damage by doing this? And he's like, well, you definitely can, but now that you've thought that you're going to complete this race, I think you should keep going. And I think marathon running is such a nice environment because there's so many people around, and of course you're running, but you can still chat with them, talk to them. They share their life story, and they share their experiences. If somebody who's a master marathon runner who has got a lot of experience, they can give you some tips and tricks. And one thing I remember that Trevor told me that's still stuck in my head, and I think it's not just for marathon, but even for life. It's a really good example. So he said that when you feel that your mind is getting in the way, just remember to not think about the finish line and just think about the next step. So just run 1, 2. That's it. That's all you need to think about. The next first step and the second step, and 1 and 2. That's all you need to do for 42 kilometers. But if you think about the finish line, you'll be overwhelmed because then you would want to stop, right? And I think that's a really good example, not just for marathon, but in general in life. That if you are in a situation where it feels very overwhelming and you can't go forward and your mind is getting in the way, because remember, it's always the mind that stops you. Just remember to take the next step and only worry about the next step. So his advice was really, really helpful for me. And he was very inspiring. Other people were very inspiring. And I thought to myself, you know what, man? I mean, I'm at like 15K, 16K at that point. Might as well just keep going, right? It was hurting. I had bad knee pain on my left side, but I kept going. Was that a good idea? Maybe not, but that's okay. Then the moment comes where Trevor goes away because he's running a 21K. So when you run the Queen City Marathon, the full marathon splits on the right side and the half marathon splits on the left side, and it ends over there. So I say goodbye to him and he tells me, I'll see you on the finish line. I was like, you got it, man, you have my word. And then when I split on the right side, that's where the lonely chapter came in. That was the moment where I was all alone. And I finished off the half marathon in like 2 hours. And I think to myself, you know what, man? As per my calculation, you know, if I finish off the half marathon in 2 hours, I can easily finish off the full marathon in 4 hours. Not thinking that my body would be more fatigued after that, but you know, theoretically, that's what I would do. And I hit the 21K mark, which is the half marathon. The moment I hit 26 kilometers, it was like my body shut down. I could not even walk. I had to lie down on the floor. So it was a narrow road, and I was just literally lying down on the road like this. And people were passing by. Everybody's like, hey, dude, are you okay? Are you okay? I'm telling them, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Don't worry about me. And I wasn't good. Like, I had never experienced this. And I think the runners call this the wall. That's when your body gives up. You know, everybody says that your mind gives up before than your body. Dude, your body gives up too. You are a biological creature. There are some biological limits to yourself. So my body gave up at 26 kilometers, and I was just like lying there. I'm like, that's it? Am I done? And then something interesting happened. This Queen City Marathons, like, they have volunteers who are there to give you water, watermelon, you know, some energy drinks and stuff. So this girl came up to me and she's like, hey, you don't look good. Do you want to pull out of the race? And it's funny because sometimes somebody says something and your mind filters it out into something else. So what she was saying is, you don't look good. You should pull out of the race. And what my mind said is, do you want to quit? And I thought to myself, man, there is no way. Like, I came all the way to 26 kilometers. I am not quitting from here. There is no freaking way. And somehow, dude, I got up. I couldn't run, let's be honest. I started with walking. I walked for kilometers, 2 kilometers, and then I gave up again. Then I was lying down on the floor again. And then a person came by and he's like, hey dude, get up, keep going. And you know what? That got me up. That really got me up. I got up and I kept going, and then I started walking and walking and walking. And dude, I'm not even kidding. I know 1 kilometer is not a lot, but when you're in that situation, when your body has given up, your mind has given up, every kilometer feels like it's so long. Why is it not ending? Because in a marathon, they have those markers after every kilometer. So I can see that, okay, I'm at 30 kilometer, then at 31. Why did it take me so long to go from 30 to 31? And of course, at this point, I can't be running. I walked for a bit, and then I picked myself up, and I'm like, dude, you are in this race. Let's finish this. I started running. I ran for a kilometer, I think 2 kilometers, and then I started walking again. And then for the next, I want to say, until 36 kilometers, it was a lot of walking and running, and walking and running, and walking and running. And I'm during the race, you've got these volunteers who've got these stalls where they give you watermelons and electrolytes, right? And I met this lady and I was talking to her and I just told her like my story that hey, like I haven't never run more than 8 kilometers. Like this is tough. I don't think I can finish it. And I was about to give up again. And then she said, hey, you got this, man. You can do it. You came all the way. Like you've never run more than 8 kilometers and now you're at 35. You can do this. That really kept me going. That actually kept me going. And then I started walking. I walked. My body was tired, like tired. I was in pain. I've never been in this much pain in my life. My knees were hurting, my ankles were hurting, my lower back was hurting, and my mind had given up. But I kept going because of the people around me, because I saw everybody running, and I thought to myself, you know what, man? If I finish this, I'll feel satisfied. I'll sleep well tonight. Kept going. 37 kilometers, 38 kilometers, and like it was actually, you know what, I should tell you, it was the hottest day of the year. Not the hottest day of the year, but it was very, very hot. A lot of people passed out because of the heat. So it was not the best weather to run a marathon. Let's put it that way. And we kept going 38 kilometers, 39 kilometers, and I felt great. Man, this is awesome. I can do this. I can actually do this. 38, 39, 40 kilometers. I'm like, I'm almost done. Let's go. 41 kilometers. I go to 41, 42. I'm almost done. Last 100 meter. Guess what? I sprinted. I don't know. Somehow I had the energy to sprint and I finished the race. I felt great. I felt amazing. I felt satisfied. So, just running through the race, the things that I learned is you can't do it alone. No matter what you want to do in life, you can't do it alone. It takes help from a lot of people. If I hadn't met Trevor, if I hadn't met those guys who were like inspiring me, I don't think I would have been able to do it. There's no way. No, we don't realize this fact, but the effect other people have on us is humongous. It might be like tiny, but it adds up. You can't do it by yourself. There is no limit. The only limit is the one that you set yourself. Well, I went into the race thinking I'll do a 5K or 10K. Ended up doing the full freaking marathon. The only limit is the one that you set yourself, right? Like I was done at 26 kilometers, but I kept going. I somehow finished 42. Like it's doable, man. Like if a guy like me can do it, I think you can easily do it. And I'm not like a runner or anything, right? If I can do it, you guys can easily do it, man. You guys are so fit, you have so much energy. And the third thing that I learned is never give up. Never, ever, ever, ever give up. If you give up at 26 kilometers, you will carry that regret your whole life. If you don't push yourself for the next 15, 20 kilometers, you're gonna carry that regret your whole freaking life. And that's a bad place to be in. You would rather be pushing yourself for the last few kilometers and finish off the race and then feel satisfied. Dude, I felt so satisfied. I went home. I couldn't walk for like 2 days and I had to take day off from work. But when I went home, I took a bath because and I felt so good, man. I shit you not. I think everybody should do a marathon, no matter your training, because it's more than physical, it's mental. And you know what? Like I didn't do anything great. Let's be honest. Like a lot of people finish marathons. Thousands of people finish marathons every year. But it's about your own story. I went into the race thinking 5K, 10K and I'll be done. What's your story? You might have run a marathon before. and you want to have a better time, you would still face the same challenges. You would still be tired. You would still hit the wall. But overcoming that challenge, that's the fun part. So I want to end this video by saying that everybody should try, give it a shot, run a marathon, take a challenge, do take a challenge on something that you think you can't do, and when you finish it, you would feel so satisfied. Like there is no feeling compared to that. If you like this video, drop a like and subscribe and comment what you think of this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video.